It's a new day in the workroom, and I don't know how much longer I will last, considering I sent home RuPaul's favorite last week. I just know RuPaul is out for revenge. I'm totally kidding, but it's pretty sad to see Abby go, but better her than me. But it was pretty scary lip syncing for my life last week, but being in the bottom was what I needed, because I am more determined now than I ever have been. It's nothing but the top for me now. I could do with an extra win or two, and hopefully this week will be the week. There's 6 of us left, no time to mess about.
It's a new day, and I am walking in here with 3 wins under my belt, and I am the current front runner of the competition. I was very privileged last week with the acting challenge, but I don't think we're going to get another this week, considering what we seen on the TV screen in Untucked last week. Goofus hat, Linda Belcher's apron, Eve's ear. I've watched this show enough times to figure out its top 6, and we're possibly having a makeover challenge, and a makeover challenge can change things up here. You just need family resemblance. Hopefully I'll have a partner who is blonde and has a British accent like myself, haha.
Well, it's another day in this workroom with these bitches. Ugh, I can't stand them honestly. The only one I was kinda getting along with, gone. She can finally be reunited with her drag mother. If I hear about her drag mother once more, I'm going to go crazy. I'm still a little pissed that I did not win last week, when I should have won. But no, Mrs. Try Hard Alice got her 3rd win, and another win for Premier 1. It's ridiculous honestly. Me or Blacephalon need to pick up a win for the Premier 2 queens, to show we are a threat. I didn't say Glacian because she's just not that good. I'm so gagged she wasn't gone during the lip-sync slay-off, to be honest.
The queens gather round, they congratulate Alice once again for her win last week, and they also congratulate Marshmello for surviving the lip-sync. They thank them. Ivy looking to Marshmello and asks how does she feel after sending home a production favorite. Marshmello chuckling said that no one is safe in this competition, not even RuPaul's favorite. The queens nod. Blacephalon asks Alice how is she feeling being the new frontrunner in the competition. Alice said it feels incredible. She then looks to Kazumi and apologizes for taking her spot. Kazumi laughs and said she won't hold on to it much longer.
My reign as the frontrunner has come to a brief end, but I'm honestly not that far behind Alice. We both have 3 wins, we both have landed in the bottom, but not actually lip-syncing for our lives. I probably would have been in Marshmello's place last week if it wasn't for Alice. I am so grateful for her. She and I have become so close in this competition. Same with Marshmello. I really see the 3 of us in that finale together, and we will have the first ever triple crowning. The competition is getting a lot tougher now that the weak links have been chopped. I mean, there's still one here, but I'm not naming names. You can figure that out.
Alice looking to Ivy and said she got another win for Premier 1 by the way if she didn't figure it out. Ivy annoyed said she knows, and told her to stop antagonizing her, and to let other people get a win around here. Alice chuckling asked are the Premier 2 queens trying? Blacephalon laughing said of course they are, it's just not the challenges he can successfully do well in. Ivy looking to Blacephalon, and asked him, what does he do successfully? And quickly? Blacephalon said snatch game, improv, comedy and roasts. He then looks to Ivy and asked her the same question and told her quickly.
What do I do successfully? Ivy please, I can do comedy, I can act, as we found out last week, I can definitely do the snatch game successfully. I won that challenge, what else? I can design, placed in the top for both design challenges we had, I can lip sync, I can basically do everything minus dancing. But I see Ivy is struggling to form a sentence out of her mouth, when she thought she could gag me. Sister, you're the one being gagged by your own question.
I also want to know what Ivy does successfully. She can definitely serve a lip down the runway, but this is not America's Next Top Model, this is Cartoon Drag Race. If I say something she will probably try to deflect the question onto me, but I am ready. What do I do successfully? I can lip sync the house down boots, I can act, I can pick up choreography, I design as well.
Ivy said she can design, she can act and she can serve a look down the runway unlike most of you here. Glacian laughing, said she signed up for Cartoon Drag Race, not some fashion show, and that the runways aren't her priority. Ivy chuckling, said and winning challenges aren't your priority either by the looks of it. Glacian said she has a top 2. Ivy tells her that's not a win, it's a top 2. Ivy then tells Glacian she's the only one here without a win right now and her time in the competition is coming to an end. Glacian shakes her head and tells Ivy she will be gone before her, and that she will win this week's challenge. Ivy laughing said if it's a comedy challenge you might win with that joke.
Of course Glacian isn't worried about runways because her drag is not on the same level as myself or Kazumi. Goldine said it the best that Glacian's drag is H&M clearance. I personally think that me and Kazumi are the only ones left in this competition who serve puss. Alice's drag looks like a mixture of a preschooler who threw up on her, and a 80-year-old woman also threw up on her. Marshmallow's drag looks like it still comes off the street. Blacephalon's drag looks crazy. I don't understand the whole clown vibe, but somehow the judges are living for it. And then we got myself and Kazumi, just serving you puss and serving looks every runway.
Sugars, I know that Ivy is not talking about me when she said that some of us are not serving looks on the runway, because she is one to talk by the way. Her drag to me looks very costumey. She thinks she's serving high fashion, but I just see Party City. She's the reason why it went bankrupt.
There's a slight silence in the workroom, and Blacephalon asks what do they think the TV screen in Untucked last week meant. Glacian said she thinks we are having a makeover challenge. Ivy chuckling said she feels sorry for whoever is paired with Glacian, they better get ready to wear H&M clearance. Marshmallow chuckling said whoever gets paired with Ivy, better be prepared for Party City Couture. The queens all laugh. A producer tells the queens to get ready for the mini challenge.
Thank God there's a mini challenge. I just needed to get away from Ivy, she's so frustrating. But it would be pretty funny if I won another mini challenge. I know how angry she would get, she just gotta try harder, because she says we are not on her level, and her level is being on the floor, and we are miles ahead of her.
Mini challenge time. I need to win this to get an advantage. I can only assume the advantage will be pairing up the queens in this makeover challenge, that we don't know it's a makeover. We just kinda Nancy drew this challenge from the clues last week. There's still 3 queens we couldn't figure out, but I'm sure we are going to meet them very soon.
Marshmallow wins the mini challenge and will get an advantage for the maxi challenge.
Oh, I won the mini challenge and I get the advantage. I am so happy, this is going to be an incredible challenge, I can feel it in my bones already. Sugars.
So I didn't win the mini challenge, I'm not shocked honestly. But I am shocked Alice didn't win. My God, she actually let someone else have a winning moment. Little try hard, she needs to go.
Hello, hello, hello!
Here comes RuPaul, ready to announce our challenge, and ready to hand me my 4th win. I'm kidding, I can't be so confident, because anything can happen, especially this late into the competition. These queens are not messing around anymore, they mean business.
My queens, always so good to see you all. My goodness, there's only 6 of you left. I am proud of each and every single one of you for making it this far. This workroom is very empty. How about we add some more bodies in here?
Oh my God, I can't wait to be reunited with my drag mother Evie. I could honestly cry. It's been so long since I last seen her. I'm pretty sure she's coming because I recognized her ear in our little mystery footage in Untucked last week. It has to be her.
We're about to be flooded with 6 more bodies, and I know Marshmallow will most likely be pairing us up. I'm a little intrigued who else is coming, and who I will be paired with.
For your maxi challenge this week, you will be making over 6 queens from our unproduced seasons. The seasons that you can get through within 10 minutes, those early seasons. And who are these queens? Well, let's meet them.
So it's been confirmed we are doing a makeover, and I am so excited. But we just found out we are making over 6 queens from the unproduced seasons. I'm so excited to meet these queens. It'll be an honor putting any of them in Kazumi Mishima drag.
Gosh, this workroom just got a little goofy.
Oh my God, my Disney sister Goofy is here. I'm so happy to see him. It's been a long time since we spoke. He truly is a pioneer in cartoon drag. I love him so much.
Well, hi there. This is my very first ever confessional, so you'll have to bear with me. I am Goofy. I come to you all the way from the first season of Cartoon Drag Race. It's been 2 whole years since I was in this workroom, and a lot has changed. I am so grateful to be asked to come back for this makeover challenge, and I hope I can follow in my Season 1 sister Chief Wiggum's footsteps and win this challenge with our makeover partner. I hope I get Alice. She and I know each other, but I'll be happy with anyone. I'm just so happy to be back.
Hey. I came here to paint faces, tell jokes, and emotionally unravel on national television, and I'm all out of jokes.
Oh my God, who let this clown in here? Awful drag. Kinda fitting to be paired with Blacephalon. That's what I would do if I were in Marshmallow's position. Knowing her lately, she will probably give this loser to me.
Hey, it's me, Krusty the Clown, and I am finally back in this workroom. I can't believe I haven't made it on before now. I am a finalist, you know. And it was very controversial that I made it to the season 3 finale over James. I won't lie and say I deserved it, I fully didn't. Poor James, he deserved to be there. But winning that final challenge really gagged me and everyone else. But I am very grateful to have made it to the finale of season 3. I've been booked and blessed touring all around not only Springfield but the whole world on my comedy tour. And being back is going to increase my booking fee, and essentially more money for me.
I hope you're hungry, cause I'm serving body, face, and a side of lasagna, fresh out of the oven.
Oh my god, sugars, it's true. My dearest friend, Linda is here, and thank God I got the advantage because I could not see myself paired up with no one else. I could cry right now. She and the Belchers mean so much to me.
Well, hello again, it's me, Linda Belcher, from Season 2, All Stars 1 and the Season 10 Makeover. I am no stranger to this workroom, haha. The last makeover I took part in was the pork chop makeover, and I was paired up with Double D, who went on to win the season, so maybe whoever I am paired with today will go on to win this season. And I really hope I am paired with Marshmallow. She's my ride or die back home. I fucking love her, and to see her go this far makes me want to cry. When she told me she got on, she was adamant she was going to be the pork chop of season 12, and I told her to snap out of it and believe in herself and her drag, and here she is, top 6, and I know I'll bring her the good luck.
Yo queens, hope you stretched, cause I'm bringing high energy, low effort, and zero chill.
Ah, it's Rigby, the original queen of the safe zone. I would love to be paired with him. He and I are so different, and that's what can make us stand out, and get me a second win and get Rigby his first ever win. But knowing how these queens are, I'm probably going to get stuck with Krusty the Clown, because we have the same aesthetic.
Ayo, it's me, Rigby, coming from season 3, and I am the former queen of the safe zone, until Carmilla Carmine took that record from me, the only thing keeping me relevant all this time. But now I have something to prove I am much more than just safe. My drag has evolved, and so has Cartoon Drag Race. There's so much room in here I could start breakdancing if I wanted to. But I'll save that for my All-Stars return, fingers crossed for me.
Call me invasive, because once I'm in the competition, I take over.
Oh my god, Poison Ivy, are you kidding me? She is so sickening, and the fact she went home 3rd on her season is crazy. She has so much potential, and I know if she is paired with me, we both could serve up family resemblance and win this challenge.
Well, I don't know what to say. I've never had a confessional. They weren't a thing on season 4. But hi, I'm Poison Ivy, you already know that, but I am so happy to be back in this workroom. I was shockingly eliminated on the 3rd episode of season 4, and it was the snatch game that got me good. But since my elimination many seasons ago, I've been busy, I've toured around the world, and I've been very requested to come back to All Stars, but I've missed out every All Stars by a couple of votes. I have so much to show, and I am so honored I can finally showcase what I can do here on this makeover challenge and hopefully secure my partner a win.
The mother of the House of Evie has arrived.
Oh my god, this is who I needed to see right now, my mother, Evie. My mood has gone from 0 to 100. I am so happy to see her. I think I'm about to cry. This competition has been so hard, but having her here just put a fire in me to do well this week. I really hope Marshmallow will pair us together. I really do. She knows how much Evie means to me, just like how much Linda means to her.
Hello everyone, it is I, the mother of the House of Evie, Evie. It's been a very long time since I was last here. Season 3 was so long ago, and I can't believe I'm not only being reunited with my daughter Glacian, but my 2 Season 3 sisters, Krusty the Clown and Rigby. It's so amazing seeing them again. What have I been up to since season 3? Well, I've been busy touring with my family, trying to find myself. I've got a lot going on in my head, mentally, but I won't go into it right now. I need to be strong for my daughter. I'm so happy to see she's made it this far. I knew she could. And I know she can make it to the finale.
Wow, this workroom has gotten a lot busier, but welcome my queens, it's so good to see you all again. Some of you I have not seen in over a year, and it's so nice to be reunited. Now Marshmallow, as you probably have figured out, your advantage for winning the mini challenge, you will be pairing up the queens. First you can choose your partner, and then you choose for another queen.
Well sugars, I'm unsure how I want to take this advantage. I could be shady and pair Glacian with Goofy, or Ivy with Krusty the Clown and so forth, but I do love my Destiny's other children sisters, but I do think they need an obstacle in their path, because they are both the front runners, and I actually want to win. Well, I think the girls know who I will be choosing for my partner, and it's none other than my best friend. Linda Belcher.
That's no shocker, haha. I'm glad that Marshmallow and Linda are paired together. I don't think I could possibly think who else she would have chosen. But I'm curious to who she is going to pair me and Kazumi with. I would love Goofy, but I think I would love to take a risk with someone like Rigby. I'm going to whisper to Marshmallow I want Rigby.
And now for my dear friend and sister Alice. I know how much you love a risk, and I think this queen will be worth taking this risk. And the queen I am pairing up Alice with is Rigby.
Thank you, Marshmallow. I know for a fact I can give Rigby a great makeover. I think he needs some sort of redemption coming in here.
And my other dearest friend and sister Kazumi, you have been a trailblazer in this competition, and I know such a queen who is also a trailblazer in their own way, and the queen I am pairing up Kazumi with is Goofy.
Okay, I can work with Goofy. He is a trailblazer of his own. Even though he was on the very first season, he still did really great. He scored 2 wins, was in the top twice as well. I will be honored to work with such a drag legend.
And for Glaceon, I know there's an obvious choice for her, and do I go for that choice? Absolutely, the queen I am pairing up with Glaceon is her mother Evie.
Oh my god, thank you so much, Marshmallow. This means so much to me, and now I have to make sure I win this challenge for the House of Evie and make my mother proud.
And for Ivy, we have 2 queens left, Krusty the Clown or Poison Ivy. And I think I know just the queen for you. And that queen is Poison Ivy.
Oh my god, Marshmallow being nice to me? I honestly was expecting to be paired with Krusty the Clown. But why would she give me Poison Ivy? I'm happy she did. When the 6 queens walked in, Poison Ivy was the one I wanted, so thank you, Marshmallow.
And then of course for Blaucephalon, I have chosen someone who could easily be mistaken as your drag sister, Krusty the Clown.
I'm a little annoyed I was chosen last. Why did Marshmallow choose Ivy before me? I thought we were closer than that. But I knew the 2 clowns were going to be paired up, because you know being typecast, it's fine though I'll try and make it work. Krusty looks like he's already had enough, and I won't have another clown be my downfall. That's reserved for this clown only.
Thank you, Marshmallow. Now you have all been paired up, and we will let you have a catch up and get to know each other before we call you out onto the main stage, where we will want to see a family resemblance, and we will be joined by our extra special guest judge, a makeover challenge winner herself and the season 4 champion, Doris. Now good luck and don't fuck it up. I'll see you later.
It will be nice to see Doris actually. I haven't seen her since our season. We didn't really have a relationship. I was just focused on trying to win the season, but I got sent home. But I'm paired with this girl called Ivy, and what a stunning name, I must say. When I walked in and seen her, she was the queen I wanted. Honestly, I'll make sure I turn it out for her.
The queens gather round and they start getting to know each other. Marshmallow and Linda hug, and Marshmallow starts crying. Linda comforts her. Marshmallow said to Linda she don't know how much she has helped her, especially when she helped her get off the streets, and helped her get sober off drugs. Linda, still comforting Marshmallow, tells her she's glad that her and Bob helped her get clean and off the streets because she's such an incredible person, and she is such an inspiration for other trans people that it does get better for them. Alice nods and said you need to surround yourself with a loving support group, and tells Marshmallow that she and Kazumi will always be there for her. Kazumi nods and said even Miss Finster is here for her.
I am so happy to see that Marshmallow has these incredible queens as her support system in this competition. It's hard to make true friendship like this when you're all competing for money, a crown and a title. But bless Alice and Kazumi, I don't even know them and they're like family already. I've known Marshmallow for over 10 years, and she is family to us, and once she got off the drugs, we gave her a platform to perform in our burger joint and she gained a massive following, so I told her to apply for Drag Race. She did, and here she is top 6. But I know she can get to the finale, and I know she can win this competition.
Marshmallow thanks everyone, and tells them she just gets in her head now and then. Alice said it's understandable, especially this competition. Goofy said so much has changed since he was in the workroom last. Rigby asks Goofy how long ago was it. Goofy said over 2 years now. The queens gasp.
Yes, it's been 2 years since my season of Drag Race, and so much has changed, and changed for the better. I am so proud of how far Cartoon Drag Race has come, and I am so proud to have been part of the first ever cast.
Rigby asks Goofy what did he think of Mickey Mouse's behavior on season 10 and does he still speak with him. Goofy said he was absolutely shocked and appalled by his behavior, especially after getting disqualified, and Goofy then tells them they do still speak but not how they used to.
I actually thought Mickey was pretty wild being disqualified from season 10, because who gets disqualified off of Drag Race? But it's pretty memorable and surely going to be a contender at the next awards for OMG moment. It feels so good to be back. I am working with Alice, and she has all these ideas on how our makeover will work, and I'm pretty impressed to be honest.
Alice tells Rigby she has a concept in her head for their makeover. Rigby, intrigued, asks what does she plan on doing. Alice said it's very conceptual. They will be long-lost cousins who grew up in Wonderland, with matching warped checkerboard suits. Alice's suit will be pastel and prim whilst Rigby will be grungy and glitchy. Marshmallow, stunned, said that's kinda wild but it kinda works. Alice, chuckling, asks Marshmallow what is she and Linda gonna wear. Marshmallow then tells Linda they're gonna go with slutty disco divas. They will serve looks and sandwiches. Linda said she's intrigued. Marshmallow then pulls out 2 mini dresses with rhinestone name tags. One saying Ms. Extra Mayo and the other Queen of Pickles. Linda said she loves it. It's not only slutty but very high camp.
Alice is going conceptual, Marshmallow is going camp, and me. Well, I will be going serious with a traditional Japanese kimono for myself and Goofy, but we are very yin and yang inspired. I know the judges will love our runway look.
Goofy asks who is the front runner right now. Alice raises her hand. Rigby gasps and said he's got the best queen. Alice nods and then said that the 3 of them, Alice, Kazumi and Marshmallow, are pretty far ahead of the others. Marshmallow nods and said we are team talent. We have 7 wins with the 3 of them whilst the others only have 2. Goofy, chuckling, said he's glad he's on this side of the workroom. They all laugh. Kazumi said they better get their fittings done. Marshmallow agreed and they all continue on their makeovers.
Rigby is very happy to be partnered up with me as soon as he found out I am the current frontrunner. However, things could take a turn when we walk the runway. I don't know if the judges will like what we will be presenting. I just hope it's not too conceptual for them.
Glaceon, Eevee, Krusty and Blacephalon are working on their makeover runways. Glaceon looking to Eevee and said it's been so hard here without her and she really needed to see her. Eevee comforts Glaceon and tells her everything is fine and just take a breath. Eevee then tells Glaceon she did warn her this competition was going to be hard. Blacephalon, chuckling, said she didn't expect to bump into Goldine. Eevee gasped and said not her. Glaceon nods. Krusty asks who the hell is Goldine. Blacephalon fills him in on the drama.
Well, I prepared Glaceon for everything when it came to Drag Race from personal experience, but I didn't expect her to come face to face with that sad excuse for a queen, Goldine. The House of Eevee and the House of Misty do not get along, and it's all down to Goldine and Misty for not controlling her daughter. I'm sure you have been informed by all the drama, so I won't add to it. I got my own struggles going on, but I have to remain positive for Glaceon's sake.
Krusty, stunned, and said that's wild, and then tells Eevee they never had any of that on their season, did they? Eevee said no, not really. Eevee then asks Krusty how has he been. Krusty said he's been fine, he's been busy touring his one clown show. Eevee said she's proud of him. Krusty said he wouldn't be, his tour flopped and was performing in front of about 20 people a night. Blacephalon said that's rough. Krusty nodded and said people just can't take his old school jokes anymore.
I don't really want to go into why my tour is currently flopping, but I guess I told 3 or 10 bad jokes, and I get a little cancelled. These people just can't handle old school humor. I promise if you got tickets to my upcoming shows, please come. I'm changing my material as we speak. I'm looking around and these queens are perfect for my new jokes.
Eevee looking to Blacephalon and said she knows him and asks Glaceon where do they know him from. Glaceon said to Eevee they do know him, they were in Alola on tour and they stopped by Blacephalon's gig. Eevee said that's where she remembers him from and looked to Glaceon and said didn't you give him a large tip? Glaceon nods and said yes, it was $1,000. Blacephalon looks to Glaceon and said he truly thanks her for that, it really made his night, and apologizes that he couldn't remember her. Glaceon, chuckling, said it's old news now. They both laugh. Eevee looks to Blacephalon and said she's going to be in Alola again very soon and asks some advice which bars to visit. Glaceon, confused, asked Eevee why is she going back to Alola. Eevee said she has an appointment. Glaceon, concerned, asked is everything okay? Eevee said yes, everything is fine.
I'm concerned for Eevee. Why is she going to the doctor in Alola? It's quite the distance to be going for a checkup. I don't want to push any information out of her what she's not comfortable saying, but I just hope everything is okay with her.
Glaceon holds Eevee's hands and asked her if she's okay. Evie starts crying, and said everything is fine. Krusty and Blacephalon also comforts her. Evie said she's got a gender-affirming appointment. Krusty asks what does that mean. Evie with tears in her eyes says she's going to be transitioning. The queens all give her a hug. Glaceon crying said she's so proud of the bravery Evie has displayed by opening up to the queens. They all have a group hug.
Such a relief has been lifted off of my shoulders. I've been struggling with my gender dysphoria for many years now, and I have finally had some courage to go and speak with a doctor. But I have to go all the way to Alola. I did want to break the news to Glaceon privately, but being surrounded by so much love with my daughter, my seasoned sister Krusty, and an incredible talent in Blacephalon, I knew I had to let them know what is going through my head. Now I can focus on this challenge with my daughter. I just need to wipe these tears. I hope I haven't ruined my makeup.
Evie thanks everyone for their support. It means a lot to her. Glaceon said to Evie you should really have a little chat with Marshmallow later on, she can help you. Evie thanks Glaceon for the advice and said she will speak with her later. Blacephalon looks to Krusty and said are you ready to get into clown drag? Krusty laughing said he's already in clown drag. Blacephalon chuckles and said they're gonna be killer clowns. Glaceon concerned said is that going to go well with the judges? Blacephalon said hopefully so. Glaceon tells Evie they need to get some fittings done for their runway look. Evie agreed and they all continue working on their makeovers.
Glaceon and Evie have a concerned look about my killer clown concept for myself and Krusty, but I do not have the same concern. The judges have loved every runway I have presented and this will be on the same level, if not even better. Krusty is a little hesitant, but he's getting his head around it. I said if he wears this runway, I'll buy a ticket to his flop tour. If we win this challenge, I'll even perform on this tour with him.
Ivy and Poison Ivy are together working on their makeover. Poison Ivy asks why are they working alone, and why didn't Ivy join one of the other workstations with the queens. Ivy tells Poison Ivy that they all hate her, and she would rather be on her own. Poison Ivy looks to Ivy, and said if they really hated you, Marshmallow would have given you Krusty the Clown instead of her. Ivy looks to Poison Ivy and said maybe she's right, they're just jealous of her instead of hating on her. Poison Ivy laughs and said maybe they are.
If all of these queens hate Ivy, then why would Marshmallow make me her makeover partner? I'm glad she did because I am looking around the workroom at the other queens' drag, and I do not like any of it, but Ivy's wardrobe is sickening, and I can see two outfits that would go so well together for this challenge.
Ivy asks Poison Ivy does she think she would have made it further on season 4? Poison Ivy said no, only because that cast is filled with incredible talented queens. Ivy nods and said season 4 is a talented cast minus Meowth. They both laugh. Poison Ivy asked Ivy who is the current frontrunner here. Ivy points to Alice and said her, Mrs. Tryhard. Poison Ivy laughing said why is she a tryhard? Ivy said she's won 3 challenges, she's been in the top nearly every other challenge minus the Snatch Game and Lip Sync Slay-Off, and she's won every mini challenge minus this week's. Poison Ivy said that doesn't make her a tryhard, that makes her a sweat. They both laugh.
I am loving Poison Ivy, she's my type of queen, she's mugged down, her drag is sickening, she can read a bitch for filth. Thank you Marshmallow for being jealous of me and giving me Poison Ivy, you made the worst mistake of this competition sister, because I have this sickening makeover concept and the judges are going to love it, and I will finally get my second win.
Ivy points to her outfit for the makeover and asks Poison Ivy what does she think. Poison Ivy looks it up and down and said it's a winning look. Ivy nods and said it totally is. Ivy then asks how does Poison Ivy feel having her season winner Doris on the panel tonight? Poison Ivy said she doesn't quite care for her, they never really spoke, and said she was Team Leela anyway. Ivy said she was Team Bugs Bunny. Poison Ivy suggests they start getting ready and to get their makeup done, because there's not a lot of time left. Ivy agreed and they both begin working on their makeover. Ivy and Alice both slayed the challenge.
Me and Poison Ivy walked that runway and I haven't seen the judges' jaws dropped as much as they did when we turned around. I could see Cynthia living for my look and I know I'm the shit. We really looked like sisters out there. The Ivy sisters are killing it tonight.
I am so proud of Rigby tonight, honestly. The concept was incredible. The judges loved it and Rigby had RuPaul laughing so much in his runway presentation. I knew that this risk was worth taking, and I wouldn't have wanted to work with anyone else. Thank you, Rigby. I think you might be getting your first ever win tonight and my 4th.
Kazumi Mishima, Glaceon, Blacephalon and Marshmallow had a great performance.
Me and Krusty walked the runway in our killer clown couture, and the judges were stunned, but they were loving it. Musa could not take her eyes off of us, but to be honest we all did pretty good tonight. This makeover was probably one of the best in Cartoon Drag Race. so it's going to be interesting to see who is in the tops and bottoms tonight.
Sugars, I am so proud of everyone for giving one of the best makeovers in cartoon drag race history. Me and Linda, we killed it out there. We both served up our slutty disco divas. We even gave RuPaul a sandwich. Hopefully she was hungry. It would be incredible to win this challenge with Linda by my side. This is going to be one of the toughest bit of judging they ever had to do this season.
Welcome to the main stage of Cartoon Drag Race Season 12. Let me introduce to you my judging panel tonight. Up first, she is fashion icon, and my right-hand gal, she is the Season 8 champion, she is Musa. Up next, she is the powerhouse of Cartoon Drag Race, and our Season 11 champion, she is Cynthia. And our extra special guest judge, she is the champion of Season 4, and the Season 4 makeover winner. She is Doris. Welcome home, darling. This week we challenged our queens to give makeovers to queens from an unproduced season. Now racers, start your engines and may the best drag queen win. Now let the judging commence. Ivy, congratulations, you are the winner of this week's challenge.
Finally, I fucking won another challenge. The way I thought Alice was going to fully get her 4th win, but no, I stopped her in her tracks. I know she's mad right now. But thank you to Poison Ivy, I couldn't have done this without her. This is for the Ivy sisters.
Alice, Marshmallow and Kazumi Mishima, great job this week, you are all safe.
I thought a 4th win was mine, but unfortunately that is not the case, but I am very happy with this top placement. Maybe Ivy can finally shut up about being robbed of a win, she finally got one. And thank you, Rigby, I can imagine how happy you are right now. It was a pleasure working with you.
Sugars, I am so happy to be in the top this week. It could have gone either way for us. Thank you, Linda, my best friend. I love you so much, sister, and I will continue to make you proud, and I will come home with this crown.
Thank you so much. To go from one of the bottom queens last week to the top really gave me the morale boost I needed. And to Goofy, my makeover partner, you are not just my makeover partner, you are a Mishima sister. It was an honor working with such a legend like yourself.
Blacephalon and Glaceon, you are both up for elimination.
The time has come for you to lip sync for your life!
Wow, I didn't actually expect myself to be in the bottom tonight, but I guess the judges were probably nitpicking at anything because we all did that good. But this is both of our second time lip syncing for our lives. But we both did face off in the lip sync slay off and Glacian did beat me, but this time, I will not be holding back.
Me versus Blacephalon round 2, ha. I'm a little disappointed in myself for not doing better in the makeover. It should have been an easy family resemblance with myself and Evie, but I am just so happy Evie has found her true self tonight. Whatever happens, I'll always cherish that moment. Music, please.
The lip sync song is Midnight Train to Georgia by Gladys Knight. Blacephalon had a good lip sync, Glaceon doesn't know the words and flopped the lip sync.
Ladies, I've made my decision.
Blacephalon.
Shantae, you stay.
Glaceon.
Sashay away.
Thank you so much for this wild journey. I've had ups and downs in this competition, but I wouldn't trade it for anything else. Thank you all so much, I love you all.
This is Untucked.
The queens unwind and untuck backstage. They congratulate Ivy for her win, and they congratulate Blacephalon for surviving the lip sync. They thank them. Alice said that the judging was so close and it could have been any of them in the bottom. Kazumi agreed and said they did that good of a job, the judges were picking hairs. Kazumi then looked to Marshmallow and asked her would she have slayed this lip sync song? Marshmallow laughed and said a Gladys Knight song? She would wipe the floor with them all. They all laughed. Ivy said she's having such a fantastic day, she won this challenge, got her second win, got another win for Premiere 2, and Glaceon went home. The only thing to make it better would be for Alice to go home next. Alice laughing said in your dreams, and said to Ivy you might have gotten another win for Premiere 2, but you just lost a queen from Premiere 2. Ivy laughing said she don't care for Glaceon. Ivy then tells the queens that RuPaul is the real villain here, sending home Glaceon in front of her two mothers, Cynthia and Evie. They all laugh. Just as Blacephalon was about to speak, the other queens walk into Untucked. The queens congratulate Poison Ivy for picking up the win with Ivy, and Poison Ivy thanks them all, and said she had such an incredible time here, she loved every minute. Goofy agreed and said that was such a fun challenge and tells the queens he can't wait to see them again. Rigby, overwhelmed, thanks Alice. Alice asks is he okay? Rigby said he's just so happy to have gotten a top placement for this challenge, and he no longer feels like a flop. Krusty said at least someone doesn't. Blacephalon looks to Krusty and said they still did amazing. Krusty said he knows he's just kidding and asks Blacephalon to join him on his tour. Ivy said he will because he's going home next. Blacephalon laughs and said someone just got a win, and she's feeling very brave. Marshmallow looking to Evie and asks is she okay? Evie said it was hard to see her daughter go home, but she did an incredible job. Alice nods and said she really did. Kazumi said everyone did, and suggests everyone cheers their cocktails. Evie looking to Marshmallow and asks her if she can have a one-on-one with her. Marshmallow said of course, and they both head to the other side of Untucked. Marshmallow asks Evie is everything okay? Evie said yes, everything is fine, and that Glaceon told her to speak with Marshmallow for some advice. Marshmallow, stunned, asked what advice did you need from her? Evie said about being trans. She just came out as a trans woman to Glaceon, Krusty and Blacephalon. Marshmallow hugs Evie and said she got all the advice she will ever need, and then Marshmallow writes down her phone number and gives it to Evie, and said she will call her as soon as she gets to the hotel. She would rather give her advice there than in front of a camera. Evie agreed and thanked Marshmallow and said even though her daughter was just eliminated, she feels amazing for being her true self. Marshmallow said it's such an incredible feeling and she will look absolutely stunning on HRT. They both laugh and bond.
Hey squirrel friend, when one video ends, just open up another one. It's called binge viewing. Go ahead, I support you.